All right, hello, welcome to another episode of the Baylor Dynasty. First things first, I want to shout out to Michael. He got me this Baylor shirt. I love this. This is amazing. I was thinking about doing different concepts too, where, hey, let's start manifesting some wealth first, get some money. Then I want to do, I want to get like this room, and I think this is going to be a really cool idea. If we're still on the right timeline, I want to put, how you put shirts on the wall or whatever, right? I want to put like Nick Thomas, Richard Reese. I want to get shirts. So when a game's playing, we'll just pick a shirt. If Nick Thomas is playing or starting, we'll just have an episode where I have Nick Thomas on here, like a jersey number. That'd be really cool. And then we just retire them and showcase it of the greats and stuff. That's a really cool idea. But first, let's manifest some money first. Let's get it done. Unfortunately, here I've been having a ton of issues. First of all, I was having so much difficulty, and as you can see right now, we're on training results, which means that, you guys are missing some, aren't you? You're missing the transfer portal. You're missing everything. Well, I actually had this original episode already done. It's about 35 minutes long, great content in it, and unfortunately, I made a mistake, and it's on me. I just didn't execute. I didn't think about that offensive line. I didn't think about what they were trying to dial up. And the offensive line is representing recordings. I have the camera recording and the game recording. Those are essential. They have to be on the computer in order to edit them on Shotcut, right? Well, I accidentally deleted them. Yeah, you're going to ask why or how. Well, hear me out. I thought I had them because I recorded twice on my birthday. That was my bad. That's where I fucked up. So I kept part 2 to Dying Light, and I deleted the original fucking transfer portal. And I'm going to tell you, yesterday when that happened, it was a pretty dark day. I was pretty pissed. I had some other issues going on too. Man, it was a tough one. But hey, taking a little bit of time, we're back here now, and everything going on now, I'm okay, let's just relax. Oh, actually, this is great. I'm liking where we're at because I can show you the training results. That's perfect. So we're just gonna basically do this all over again. I'm gonna show you the transfer portal. I'm gonna show you who came and who left. There is some weird thing that I noticed just now, that people in the spring portal, I don't think they left, which is weird. Everyone else worked out, but I think the people in the spring portal are still on the team because Tizino, he lost his starting role, so he transferred to UCF or USF or something, and he's still on the team. I didn't realize that until now. You know what? I'm just going to let that go and just let him go play. I don't really care because we had tried so much trying to figure out how to get this shit to work. Transfer portal took about 6 times running it through, and if you know the transfer portal with 1,200 people in it, it takes about an hour to do. So that's a long time. That's not execution, right? Come on. So unfortunately, that happened, and it took me a long time. There was a lot of issues where it was freezing, where my players weren't leaving, where I wasn't getting players. Just a whole mess of things going on. Well, thank you to Denicio and the Discord. Discord's amazing. If you ever have questions, they still reply nowadays. This game's so old. People have moved on to NCAA 25. Well, no, there's still a couple people who stay. Those guys are real ones. Thank you. Let's go, dude. So let's begin with the transfer portal. This is going to be a lengthy episode. I already know it now because it was 35 minutes before, but I just want to give you the context. I'm happy to go through this again, and hopefully I don't delete it. Hopefully, right? All right, so if you take a look on that left side, those are the people we lost. And honestly, it's all good because Cameron, except for Cameron just wanted NIL rights, and I'm guessing it was from that juke he had. That play, yeah, he wanted some cash for that. I get it. he's on our team and he's doing well. And we'll take a look at that right side because that right side's juicy. I'm going to tell you. We lost Matthew. For some reason, he always went in the portal, and I didn't feel like keeping him. I wanted to put more points on other tight ends that might be a little bit better, but he was pretty good. Robertson, he was our third string. He never saw the field. I want him to go and be successful at TCU. Best of luck to him. Noel, great guy. He really stepped up in that playoff and did what he needed to do. I just told him, I nudged him actually to go into the transfer portals because I didn't think that we actually had room to even start him and stuff. So he went to West Virginia, and I wish the best for him there. I'm probably going to add like I do with recruits. So you add like the SSS, SS, and S. Well, I think I'm going to add, if there's room, on each one of these guys, I'm going to go find them, and I'm going to put B at the end for Baylor. So I know that, like, that's them. Because sometimes there are two guys named Corey Kelly or something like that, or Bryson Washington, things like that. So I think that would be great. That way, if you see him on the field, you're like, whoa, that's it. Or you see him on the stat sheet or whatever. Bryson Washington always nudged into that portal. I'm glad he's gone. No offense to him, he's a great player IRL, actually. He's a lot better than Richard Reese in terms of depth chart. He's their starter, so I'm not trying to talk shit on him. He's just not that good in the game. Corey Kelly, that one's kind of a tough loss, but he just wants to go play, and I don't really blame him. We lost that freshman guard, too. I mean, yeah, and then Matt, he can go. But those three in green, I'm pretty sure they're actually still on the team. Not entirely sure why, but I'm done trying to figure that out. As long as the game's not freezing and the players on this right side are committed, we're good. Daniel Highshaw, Kansas transfer, Kansas running back, came to play for us. And if you think about the importance of that game when we were playing them, this is a huge pickup for us because now we have an Ohio State type of running back core right now. And I'm going to tell you, Daniel Highshaw right now, I think is a 95 overall in terms of the training results, and Richard Reese is a 90. We have that right now at this program. I was so surprised Daniel Highshaw showed up almost every time. Very pleased. That Austin Romaine guy, he's for real too. You talk about K-State and the scrappiness. These are the type of players you want on your program. Benjamin Brahmer was like the best tight end I could find in there, and he's a sophomore, so great. Come play, 85 overall. Unfortunately, he did not increase. Austin Romaine is a 90 overall, I believe, right now as a sophomore. That's insane. That's crazy. Good for him. Derek McDonald is I think a starter on the right side, right linebacker. Good pickup for us. He's a junior. He's technically a senior right now. This Sadir Mitchell guy is a monster. He is going to be so good for us. And he's starting over, what's his name? Marshall. You hear me out. When you see, or maybe it's not Marshall, but I don't remember. No, never mind. Because Marshall's at the end. Nixon is down there at that 80 overall guy. Just because I want to go with the best player on the field, like stat-wise, and then we'll just kind of see how they play. If they have issues or they're not making an impact, we could switch people around. Hank Lucas down there, that was a huge pickup for us. We needed a center, and then we got that tackle too. That really just boosted our offensive line. Right now, our offensive line's looking absolutely amazing. Actually, we look really good. But Sadir Mitchell, when I show you that guy's stats, you're going to be like, holy shit. As a freshman, this guy's ready to go. Okay, so I just took a look at the best in and the best out. Also, Nebraska had the most out. So Nebraska had the most out and I think the most in. 24 people left that program. The reason why I'm saying Nebraska is where I'm from, so just understand that. But 24 people left because fucking Matt Rule got fired, right? And so everyone was just fleeing dumpster fire. And they lost about 24 people, but they gained 17. And their overall rating went up. So that's pretty good. Now, if you look at the best in right now, you're going to see something interesting at LSU. LSU got Jalen Daniels. You know what that means? That means Kansas is in absolute trouble because they lost their starter quarterback and they lost their starting running back. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But as you can see, we're actually on that list with Daniel Highshaw. Sad to see, unfortunately for them. But yeah, oh my God. And for Denicio, McMillan is now on Notre Dame. It's kind of weird. I don't picture him ever going there. All right, so now we're going to proceed on with signing day, because signing day is really important. I did something that a lot of people don't do, and that is I made about 4 copies of this type of paper. I think I mentioned this before, and they have their name, their position, the number position that they are up to 10. So quarterback 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I added where they're from, their state and stuff. And then obviously where they committed. This is the most important thing. So luckily I was able to remember signing day, and we'll just take a look and I'll tell you one thing. So there's the number 1 quarterback. He signed with Florida. Josh Young. He went to Florida. The number 1 wide receiver, 2nd overall in total out of every player in the country, Wade Smith. He committed to Wade Smith. For some reason, I was definitely not dialed in, and I just put Wade Smith on the commitment. I have to say that again because that is so funny. What was I doing? I don't know where he went, but I'll find out. Number 1 outside linebacker, Barry Waller. He signed with Penn State. That's a pretty good pickup for him. The number 2 wide receiver, Ryan Oliver, signed with Texas. That's huge. The number 1 DT, Pat Horn, signed with Georgia. Texas also got the number 2 quarterback in the country, Aaron Ryan. That just sounds like a name that, he's going to be probably a pocket passer and he's probably going to the NFL. Let's just be honest. Yeah, he's at Texas. Tennessee happened to pick up the number 3 quarterback in the country, Bernard Butler. For some reason, and this is where shit pisses me off, the number 1 free safety in the country, Derek Preston, signed with Rice. USC has the number 1 halfback and the number 1 cornerback. Brandon Hadley, the number 1 halfback, has signed with USC, and the number 1 cornerback, Lionel Goss, signed with USC. Oregon State got the number 3 wide receiver, Brian Robinson. Wow, I mean, that's pretty good. Marcus Crooks, number 2 DT, has signed with Georgia. Florida got the number 2 cornerback, Corey Davis. Bama got the best lineman in terms of center position, Mike Douglas. And the number 1 athlete, Mike Jones, went to Stanford. That's pretty interesting. He'll probably be in that portal because Stanford's not really relevant even in this. The number 1 guard, Will Allen, went to Georgia. Wow. The number 1 middle linebacker was a guy we were looking at early in the year. I think Robert Rushing. He signed with Air Force. Must have had a military family or something. I don't know what was going on there. He's going to be in that portal though. The number 2 halfback, Justin Thompson, signed with Georgia. So you just kind of see, I'm not going to obviously talk about all these players, but I will tell you USC right now, they have the number 3 cornerback, Marvin Frederick. USC has signed 5 or 6 5-stars. That's insane. Florida, like I said, too, was looking really scary. Georgia also signed quite a bit of 5-stars, too. The only other 5-star they got a 5-star quarterback, the number 6 quarterback, CJ Hoffman. And right now, they don't even need him there because they have Tyrone Birch, who is a sophomore now. Man, I don't know how they're doing that. Dude, how do you just have 5 stars in your fucking, yeah. I mean, I do technically, but he's probably going to go in that portal unless we, hopefully help him out a little bit. So obviously we signed only 1 5-star this year, Carlos Lewis. He's going to be our backup quarterback. And we're going to run more of like a dual type of threat with Nick Thomas, doing pass plays, simple run plays. But we're going to try to limit his option plays because I just don't want him getting injured. Why not just put in the 5-star Carlos Lewis during those plays, It's tough because, maybe they can't both get hot because of it, but this is important to protect these guys and their stamina. Oh, my bad. Highshaw's a 92. That's my fault. Nick Thomas went up 1. He did okay. You can kind of see agility went up a little more. His break tackle went up. That's great. His elusiveness went up. He has great ball carrier vision too, which is great. I didn't even know his juke move was a 55. and he has 40 carrying. Now, this is what I'm kind of disappointed about. He only up 1 in terms of throw accuracy. You know, I really needed him to dial in a little bit more. It seems like Eric Ralph was a little bit more dialed in. 73 overall freshman. That's pretty good to see. And then his injury rating went up only 1. So really, Nick Thomas, he didn't go down, which is great, but he is not all that like pretty. I wish he would have upped speed at least once. That would be great. Halfback wise, it was great. Highshaw and Richard Reese both complement each other in that one may not perform as well in one area, well, the other one makes up for it. Look at this 99 acceleration, and look at the awareness from both of them. But look at this. This is a huge difference. Look at Daniel Highshaw's break tackle. It's a 96. I'm going to definitely have substitutions, and I'm going to make that frequency very high so these guys don't get tired. We're going to run kind of like Ohio State did. Travion Henderson, Quinshon Judkins. Just that Ole Miss transfer. We're going to run kind of what they did. This should be really good for us, though. Look at this trucking. 94 trucking. I needed this. That's absolutely amazing. Richard Reese, I mean, 76 isn't too bad, but, you know, look, the elusiveness. This is where Richard Reese kind of has him. Ball carrier vision. That's amazing. Stiff arm. And he has better moves. 88 spin, 90 juke, and then 90 carrying as well. So really good. Look at the catching difference. So I'm telling you, Richard Reese has got to see the field, but I am really happy with both of them and what they got going on here. Fortunately, stamina didn't go up. Fullback went up. That's all I care about. Not going to take a closer look. Now we're going to talk about this. Cameron and Gifford had such a great training, but this guy right here, Burton, I couldn't tell you how angry I am with this guy. It's 2 damn years in this dynasty on this channel, and take a look. Do you see it? 2 years, man. And you couldn't up catching once. What is he doing? Like, genuinely, I'm cutting him. I can't. And he's a senior. So he's just, I don't know if he's going to be seeing the field like that, but look at who we have next. These guys, oh, no, never mind. Actually, remember, we have a couple edge receivers, too, that have pretty high catching. Like a 78, maybe 80 or somewhere around there. We're fine. So just understand there's 2 more guys that are going to be our edge receivers, but these guys are definitely our 4, and we're going to start looking for our 5. I don't care who it is. Someone's got to see the field. And dude, honestly, dude, Burton, though, that's unacceptable. And look at what he did. Spectacular catch was the only thing he decided to increase. Damn, man, that's just so bad. He's better than that. But that's all we're going to really look at for that. Tight end wise, he didn't even go up. In fact, he went down in a number of areas. We're not going to take a closer look. Yeah, that's great. That's the transfer showing up, and he has really good run blocking. We'll just take a look at that real quick. His run blocking is a 90, his pass blocking is an 85, and impact blocking, I'm not entirely sure what that is. If it's like double teaming in terms of the blocks, dude, those are really good stats. I'm really happy to have him on our program. Don't know what happened there with that guy, but Isaiah Robinson, you remember he was our freshman right tackle that we switched with Wendell Moe and moved him to left guard. Well, he had a great time. It looks like he got his awareness up, his impact blocking's a 90, and his run block's an 80. Dude, this guy is good. He's great. I'm really happy to have him at our program. Hank Lucas, the transfer, stepped up. Good for him. And we'll take a look at his. He doesn't have that good of run blocking, but that's okay. Cole Hudson, my bad. He went up too. That's great. 87. Like, dude, we have a really good offensive line. And Wendell Moe went up. Look at that impact blocking. Look at, dude, he's going to be great. We needed this type of performance on that right side. You know, because I like to scramble out to the right side. He might be able to hold that block a little longer. All I know is Isaiah Robinson, he gave up the most sacks. He just wasn't that good at pass protection, and that's okay. Isaiah Nixon, this guy is going to be starting over Marshall. I just think he's overall he wanted it more. We'll see kind of how he plays, but at least Marshall's a reliable backup, and that we're starting to build depth in case Nixon gets injured. We know Marshall will show up. All right, we're just going to kind of go through these. Roberts Day, remember, he was our right linebacker, but based on his size, I really wanted him to be a lineman. He's there. Look at what he did, and that's great. To Zeno, like I said, I thought that he was a transfer, but he's still with the program for some reason. Not entirely sure what's going on there. His block shedding went up 1, and he's got some power moves now, and his hit power is pretty good. This guy's good. I'm excited to see. Now this guy, Sadir Mitchell, I'm really, really excited about this guy. This is what I'm going to show you though. See, that's what's so weird is that DT left. What's his name? He's gone. But Tizino just said, you know what? I'm actually staying. I don't know. 99 strength. That's insane, man. Take a look at this too. So 70 tackle is not that reliable, but that's okay. 92 hit power. 99 power moves. 99. He is going to push through. And if he can't tackle him, it won't matter because someone else is going to be there. Roberts Day, someone. Finesse moves is pretty decent. His block shedding isn't that good. And so I hope he utilizes power moves a lot. And his play recognition is really good. So fuck yeah. Now, Kyler Jordan went down. And at this point, I was kind of questioning, who do we start then? Do we give the senior a chance? Because, dude, he looked like he wanted it more. Look at him. He went up 5 overall. And I know Kyler Jordan's a really good player. Don't get me wrong. But take a look at this. Like, how does your hit power go down 8, man? My God. I don't know. Like, he just looks... Okay, man, dude, his man coverage is an 80. He's got to see the field. He's got to be our starter because overall, he's a lot better right now. And I hate saying that because Kyler Jordan's an All-American. He was great. But, dude, if you go down, like, there's just a price you got to pay for that sometimes. Austin Romaine, 90 overall. I was right about that one. He looks really good too. I'm really excited about what he's bringing to the table. 88 block shedding. He has an 80 hit power. And look at that tackle. It's a 90. This guy's going to be really reliable. And he has some decent coverage. Excited. How about Derek McDonald having a great offseason training too? You know, he has good zone coverage. Poor man. But we'll work on that. Cornerback wise, Thornton unfortunately just dropped. And so we're going to try to find someone else to go in there. We know we have, what's his name? A freshman that we're going to probably start over him because he's a 74 overall, so he'll be fine. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy about Dunston. You know, Bobby went up. Good for him. It'll be interesting seeing him at the cornerback position. Free safety wise, I was thinking because I'm going to be over on this side. I'm going to be on the left side this year, so we're going to switch it up because I failed to do that during the position changes. But Lemire, we're going to move him to corner. We're just going to have him down there as a cornerback. He'll drop overall a little bit, but I think he's going to be fine. Alex Ware is going to be backing up me, and then we also have another 4-star strong safety or something like that we can kind of figure out. But obviously what I'm meaning to say is Kevin Mitchell, he's going to be starting right here, and it's probably going to be his backup, Coleman. We just need to make sure that he's ready to go. It looks like he is. It looks like he knows what he's doing. He has pretty good... Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. Play recognition's a 92. I'm happy about that. And, you know... Kevin Mitchell's play recognition went up 10. That was a huge concern. His awareness is now at 66. Could use some work, but I like it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. His hit power is a 99 now. Yeah, good for him. Kicker went up, looks like a little bit. Senior leadership. Then, yeah, punter. Okay, so sorry about all the rambling. We're probably just going to call it here. The next step is custom conferences, and then we'll get to the preseason. And I'll kind of show you what the conference looks like and all that, but we're going to go ahead and call it. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It was great, and it sucks I had to do it again, but hey, I'm happy. I'm happy with what we got, and I'm ready to go. It's TMD, that Mandarin. See ya.